that when I wasn't on camera. That won't be helpful. Or it will, because I'm lazy.
That's exciting.
Oh yeah, and I get to tell you my story.
Oh yeah, tell us your
I was
story.
like forgetting.
Do it.
Is it focused?
Well, focused enough.
Natalie was gonna pick me up, and I was about to brush my teeth.
Thanks for the helpful.
We wouldn't have known.
I didn't know.
And I heard the door knock, and I was like, oh, it's not. And I went to the door, toothbrush in hand, and I had like a little bit of like a sultry pose. And I said, I opened the door and go, hello!
Oh, no.
And it was a real estate agent!
I forget the entirety of my usual thing. So hey, humans, hi. I'm Dale Kingsmill, and this is an episode of Memory Lane. We haven't done one in a while.
We're back.
Because somebody had to go and get educated and add more cool person things to her list of cool person things.
It's a short list.
It's just been harder to schedule Memory Lane shoots than we necessarily anticipated at first. But, you know, fingers crossed. Let's do this. Yeah, we're back. It's good. It's fine. Memory Lane, for anyone who's not seen an episode before, is a show where we read an anecdote supplied by you in the comments of the YouTube videos or over on Reddit at reddit.com/r/MonarchsFactory. And then we give ourselves 10 minutes to see what journey of memories it takes us on, hence Memory Lane. I'm Dale Kingsmill, and I'm here with...
The memory wayfarers, Anthony.
And that.
Who still doesn't have social media.
Right? Yep, she doesn't.
Yeah.
Alright. I made myself and Anthony hot chocolates, and then mine's gotten to be lukewarm chocolate in the time it took me to
It was actually
set up
really
this
nice.
video.
She has a Banshee coffee maker, and
I
it
do.
goes
Not
when she
for me,
tries
though.
to. Yeah,
Mm.
she could. It's like
Not for anyone but me.
when you're like trying to calm a horse or something.
Yeah,
Yes.
when you're trying to calm a horse. Yep.
Relatable
That's
moment.
exactly what it is. Alright, so
Oh, this
today
is.
we have a beanie shaped like a knight's helmet to pull from. Who would like to pull first?
You can do it.
Alright, let's see what we get. Oh, I've got two. Okay. I'm not letting go of this mug. I'm so cold. I need it to fuel
Do you mean to
my
like be
body
a scribe and hold it?
My university has a dance marathon that has been an annual fundraiser for decades and has probably raised $200 million plus for charity. It's a 48-hour event and the dancers must stay awake that whole time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this story is behind the scenes of how it goes. The dancers are allowed to ask to go outside for fresh air, but they have to be escorted by a captain or overall chair to keep track of them and provide support. This is good because the floor is bright, loud, chaotic space, and the dancers may not sit down at all.
It was just saying, yep!
I agree. Any short break from this is quite welcome. They were told that later in the weekend we should expect to see dancers acting strangely. You see, there's a condition commonly known as ICU psychosis, where the lack of sleep in chaotic environments can cause hallucinations and delusions in someone. Okay. The treatment is pretty simple. Once they sleep for a bit, that psychosis goes away. Unfortunately, the dancers are not allowed to sleep until after the event is over, so we were told to just play along. My captain told us how she had escorted a dancer outside. They stood in silence getting air, and after a few minutes she asked how the dancer was feeling. The dancer responded, "I feel like I need to run," and immediately started running away from my captain, right into the brick wall of the building. What? This knocked the dancer on their butt and stunned them, and all my captain could do was tell them that they can't lie there and to help get them up. Alright!
Was it like a friend of yours that submitted it?
No, this was...
Okay.
Oh, what? I didn't read the name, thank you. This was Fito Computa.
Oh, you're right. Well, it's like
I didn't make up the name.
It's like a Hispanic Dracula.
What?
Alright, I'll go with it. Okay,
Fito con fruit.
get out of the way. I need to hit the
He's a
button.
fruit. He turns into a fruit bat.
We need to get 10 minutes. Someone, hold that.
Yep.
I'm so like curmudgeonly today.
All right.
Okay, well, straight off the bat, There was a theatre showcase, a performance piece of some kind. I think it was someone's like thesis performance at uni in my first year or second year, where they recreated the dance marathons. And so Jackson, who ended up directing me at some stage, and his girlfriend Carly, for 48 hours danced and had to follow all the strict rules of the sort of, what was it, the Depression era
Is that the one on
dance
camera?
marathons. I think it was on
Okay,
camera,
it was
yeah.
streamed.
Yeah, they streamed the whole thing, and we were all
Yeah,
invited
pretty
in for the last like 10 minutes in order to cheer and pop party poppers.
Isn't that like a Gilmore Girls episode as
It
well?
is! I love that episode.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
So it was only open for the last 10 minutes.
No, it was open
No,
before
like-
then, but
Okay.
they
It
made
was
sure
like
to
for
get everyone to
encouragement.
Okay.
So we had classes at the time, but they were like, abandoned learning!
Because, like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was at uni that day, and Kiara took me in to see it. She's like, you have to go see what they're doing. And I think they were on one of their breaks, so I didn't even see them dancing. So it's like, okay.
Oh, so it's not. Do they actually?
Well, the
get
dancing was
breaks?
heartbreaking. Yeah, they get
Was it how many? How
every
long did they have to dance
hour or
again?
every couple of hours. It was 48 hours, and it was every hour or every couple of hours they would get like a break for a little patch, and
Oh my god, that'd be intense.
and only one of them was allowed to sleep at a time, I think. Things like that. And Carly like injured herself
Oh my
during it,
God.
and so Jackson ended up giving up a stack of his.
Do you like need to do like a
Yeah.
complicated dance or something, or can you just do a bob?
No, I think it starts out more complicated, but then by the end it's kind of just like swaying.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Just trying
But also,
to stay
it
alive.
used it rather than having music, it just had the eerie soundscape. I have this big pet
Oh.
peeve with modern theatre, which is the soundscape directing, which is just they always they're like, let's not have music. Instead, let's just have kind of like echoey cave noises.
Oh.
Every single show, no matter what it is, no matter the context.
Oh. So it's like, is the stage sound director like Gollum?
I think so.
It has to be comfortable for me.
And then it's
Feels like home.
everyone does it. Every single director
Oh.
at my university, and every like, oh man, who's the guy who just took over Bell Shakespeare? He's a soundscape director.
So-
I'm throwing shade at you.
I didn't know it was
guy.
the whole thing. I was reminded, just all this talk of theatre, I was invited to see, I don't know if you were involved with it, but it was the people you did theatre with, I would say. And it was a production, and it was like communism, Russia. And
Was this The Stand or
I don't know, but
not
there
The
was-
Stand?
there was-
That's a Stephen King book. What am I thinking
and
of?
there's like a girl that gets naked in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, that
one.
was second
Yeah.
one.
And so we were invited. We actually got
To
free
be fair,
tickets
though,
from Lily.
to be fair, though, just saying there's a girl who gets naked in it does not narrow down what performance at my university it is. We don't want to be known as the naked
But
university.
that wasn't like
then
the.
stop doing it. Go on.
But yeah, but the reason it's memorable for me is that it's just it's torture.
No
the
one
audience,
warned you about the
because-
torture and the nudity?
No, it wasn't that. It's the fact that like I think it was in the nude scene. They have this spotlight. And it just goes around and round, like, and it's intense. And it goes into the audience's eyes. And I'm just watching it, and my eyes are just, like, bleeding by this stage. Just like, this is my life now. It was so...
Who
I just kept
invited
on
you?
crying. Lily Goddery.
Oh, that would
Like,
make
it was
sense.
really, it was
Alright.
well done and all
That
that.
would make
But,
sense.
oh my god, my eyes were just, like... like, I'm just waterfall now.
Just on the surprise nudity,
Oh.
Kiara invited me to one of her shows,
Oh, yes?
and I was doing stuff on all of the nights. So on the
I
last
wouldn't give it
night,
to you.
I said, okay, I can make it to this night. And I was trying to get someone to go along with me, but it was very last minute. So I called in a friend of ours from school, Kelly, and picked her up, and we drove to the play, and then we met outside the drama, the block 25, building 25.
Yeah.
And they took us around to where the play was going to be. It was the one where we were sitting in, it was like a corridor. The play was down
Oh,
a
that
corridor.
one was so good. Oh,
Yeah.
far,
I've
far
not
away.
heard of it.
They were
It
just
was-
little-
Enlighten me.
It was like absurdist, but dark absurd. It was just good.
I just remember a lot of sewing.
Mm.
A lot of
People were
sewing.
sewing things.
There was like this whole... anyway, go on.
But yes, they were taking us around, and they stopped us halfway, and they were like, by the way, we nearly forgot the warning, there'll be nudity. And Kelly looked at me, and I was like, I didn't know about this. This is a surprise to me too. She was like, what have you taken me to? And she's like, who's going to be in this? And I'm like, I don't know anything about this.
And then Oh boy.
Yeah.
Was
the
it like
description.
intense nudity?
No.
Or like,
It's never intense nudity.
No.
It's nudity
It's
for
just-
nudity's
yeah.
sake. I'm being bitter today. That was one of the best shows that I saw at uni, at the very least.
It's just that the description I got from Kiara, come see this show about this, and the description I got on the way there were completely different.
Very
so
different
I
things.
like hooked Kelly into seeing something that she didn't know she was going to see, and then I didn't know I was
And
going
it's
to
such
see.
a weird and artsy show as well, because it was all like...
Yeah.
Because for starters, staged it along a corridor, so it's...
I did a course, and it was the best, one of the best classes I ever did at uni, and it was in my final year. And it was a creative writing class where it was all about, like, reading books, just like an English literature class, and then you also look at the context of the author, and then you see how can you then, when you're writing, apply your own context and all that. And we did a few plays, we did Hamlet and all that. I got to be a thespian for everyone in a lecture. And it was so beautiful. I remember, I think the first one I did was I got to play the ghost of Hamlet's father.
You would kill that.
Yeah, but that wasn't the best. So that was really fun. I did like the whole ghost voice, like properly. And
Avenge
everyone
my
was,
most unnatural
and
murder.
everyone was just like really impressed because it came out of nowhere. Because you just have to do it well. And it got to the stage where every lesson I just put my hand up to read because I was like, it was so
Because
nice.
that's who you are.
Yeah. But then in the next one we did a play by a Russian playwright who I can't remember at the moment. And I got to play... Yes, it was Chekhov. And I got to play this like old Russian woman who was like going mad, but she was like an aristocrat with no money. And I got to like put on a whole voice like, oh, my child, why did you go there? Oh my dear. And everyone was just like, and there's a guy behind me, when I just started reading, he's just like, and I was just like so validated in that moment.
It's because you get to be over the top without being a theatre kid.
Yeah.
So no one hates you, but they get the enjoyment from it.
Oh my god, I swear there's other one, but it was just such a fun class. And I got like a big standing ovation in one of them too. I can't remember what I
I'm
did.
not remotely surprised.
My English classes were nothing like that. I didn't want to read. No one wanted to read.
I wanted to read,
Out
but
loud, I mean.
Anthony stole my thunder. Everyone wanted Anthony to read.
And there was another one where I got to be an old woman and I like channeled like one of the nuns I knew growing up. And I
Nice.
was like, yes, well, and it was just, everyone was just like,
You knew a nun who spoke like that?
yeah.
What?
She's really nice.
jealous?
Yeah.
I am jealous.
I still know her. She's
I don't
so
know any
sweet.
nuns.
And I've heard her sing
This is what I get for not being
I've heard her sing that Climb a Mountain song from Sound of Music.
that Climb a Mountain song.
Did you not have a nun at your primary school?
God, climb every
Did you not have a
mountain.
nun at your primary school?
Yeah.
No, I didn't have a nun
had
at my
nuns.
primary
I
school.
had the
What
best
the hell?
ones.
We had
They were
one.
Francisco
Our-
sisters and they're
our primary
beautiful.
Did you go to a Catholic primary school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might explain
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I don't know what primary school you went to.
I
but
went
yeah.
to Nara Public.
Okay.
So
okay, yeah.
we had
No nuns.
Aboriginal aunties.
Okay.
Oh, that's even,
told the
that's
story.
just as cool.
Yeah.
We just had a nun as our principal, and our sister school was another nun, and the nuns just hung out.
What?
Mm.
That's
And
I don't get nuns.
I was taught how to say a proper grace before every meal too, and I still remember
What's a
it
proper
too.
grace?
Like the actual prayer for
We
it, instead of
used
just
to-
saying thanks for the meal.
Yeah, where ours was, I suppose, Girls' Brigade teaching us all the song graces. You know, the God is great, God is good,
Yeah.
and we thank Him for our food, we thank you for the noon and night, we're gonna thank you out of sight, amen. Oh, we're being played off. Fair enough.
Wow.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If any of the stories,
That was
if any
the
of
thing.
if any of the tales we have woven here have reminded you of something they've sparked a
Wasn't that
memory,
a delight?
yeah, let us know in the comments below the video, or you can head on over to reddit.com/r/MonarchsFactory and leave your anecdote there. Also, I am Dale Kingsmill. I live here, so you know my videos are here.
I'm Anthony. You can find me at the Russian Blue, and guess what? Me and Dale have just done a slew of collaborations.
Yeah, we
and
did.
the Star Wars one will be going up this afternoon, so isn't that exciting? You can hear me hum
Not
Star
this
Wars
afternoon
music.
for you though, because
It'll
but
be
our
around.
afternoon, yeah,
It would have already been out by the
It
time this video was
exists
out.
in the world.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Am I coming for you, Natalie?
No.
What's
way.
your address?
I maintain that we should keep up the pressure to get her a Twitter
But
account.
I like the fact that it's just a thing now. I think it's good that it never happens. It's like a sitcom kind of thing.
Is it good or is it just a Twitterless world?
It's good.
No, why? Get a better phone.
No, yeah, I was gonna
Get a
say,
smartphone and use Twitter on your phone. Yes.
the other day when the group split up, we went to trivia the other night, and half of them went one way, and the other half of us went to the bar next door. And they were like, "Man, Dale's angry about you not having a phone." Like it just came up.
She just started raging and overturning tables.
It just came up.
Your phone
Angry
is
about
so
my phone.
old, but it's so old that it'll never die.
Exactly.
So you need to actively make the decision to get a better phone, please.
She tried to like take it off.
I really like smartphones.
She just gets like really aggressive and like
It's
masculine.
important, guys. It's important.